Hey y'all, how y'all doing out there in YouTube land? SoulMCA here, and I am back with a video. Before we get deeper into this video, I'm just going to apologize for any syncing issues that there may be in this video. I'm not going to get into it. I'll do another video on it another day, but I definitely prefer my old setup. All right, so today I'm going to do something a little different. This video is going to talk about the marriage between drummers and bassists specifically, but any other musician should also know how to speak drummer. All right, so if you're a guitarist, if you're a keyboardist, this video will still be very beneficial to you. And this video was inspired by a recent event. I was called, and this really has to stop. I was called last minute for a gig, had to learn like, what was it this time? Probably like 14 songs, 15 songs. All CCM, which was good. And I had like 24 hours to learn all of these songs because I didn't receive an order. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I played with this band for the first time. Didn't know anybody in the band, didn't know any of the other musicians. And by the time we were done, it was a 4-day event, I believe. By the time we were done, I felt so like tight with the drummer, and he felt the same way. You know, we exchanged numbers. We've still been talking to this day, and we're like waiting for the next opportunity for us to get together. And it made me think about how important that marriage is and being able to lock in with a drummer. And my primary instrument, my first instrument ever, was drums. And so I'm going to give you guys some insight, some things that may be beneficial to you, or I do believe that will be beneficial to you, that drummers do. And then we'll talk about what the cues are. We're going to listen to a couple video and audio clips, and then I'll come back and I'll talk about them afterwards. I'll give you some examples to break down. So this first one, it is a little lengthy. I apologize. I thought about whether I should just play it all the way through or chop it up and talk as we go, but I think I'm just going to play it all the way through. Go ahead and grab your bass. Pretend that I'm going to use E flat for my example today, okay? And so for this first example, just think about a progression of 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, okay? Think about that, all right? So I'm going to play this. I want you to listen to it. Think about what you would play, you know, maybe even play it on your bass if you want to. But definitely think about what the drummer is trying to tell you, all right? With no further ado, let's jump into that. Well, actually first, definitely hit the subscribe button. You are going to enjoy the videos and the content I have. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. Follow me here, and you can also follow me on Instagram. I'll put it down below or somewhere here on screen. And if you desire to give to this channel, to donate in any way you can, I'll put my Cash App down here as well. All right, now let's get into that video. All right, so if you don't have it already, go ahead and grab your bass, and we are going to talk through and play through this little track here, okay? So again, I'm in E flat. I'm thinking 1, 7, 6, 5, 4 is what I'm thinking for my progression, and then back to 1 and repeat over and over again. All right, so as we start this track straight out the gate, we have this. All right, you got some cymbals, you got some time clearly being kept on the hi-hat, not really being subdivided, just kind of like a quarter note here, like a whole note, okay? So it's really airy. So let me freeze that there. So that indicates to me a few things. One, it indicates to me we're either at the top of a song or probably at the end of a song for a quiet chorus. Obviously the song or the track just started, so we're at the beginning of a song. The drummer is indicating that there doesn't need to be a lot going on. There's a lot of open space. So we have two choices to me. One, we can sit out completely as a bass player. Let the keyboardist fill it in, guitarists, real heavy pads, and let them just kind of set the atmosphere and go forward and worship. The other option we can do is play some kind of melodic things, maybe play over a melody, use our progression, but use it rather loosely, and play some things on the higher portion of the bass. Now, you're not going to see my bass that much in today's video, but it's more about your ideas more than mine. So just go with that. Somebody's inevitably going to be like, well, what did you do here? What did you do here? That's not the focus of this. It's what the drummer is telling us and what options we have. All right, so I'm going to play it over and give you kind of an idea of what we could have done here if we were using the high melodic thing. So 1, 7, 6. And you can lay off the 5 if you want, and 4. Something real pretty there. All right, now he's continuing, okay? He gave us some big toms and then went to a rim shot, okay? So for me, this is indicating the song is starting to move a little bit, but we're probably still in like a verse portion. I don't want to miss this, so let me pause that. Probably still in a verse portion of the song, okay? So let's just keep it down a little bit. To me, we have two more options. We can play nice long whole notes, or if you notice, he's giving us a nice, consistent, thick kick pattern, right? Boom, boom, boom. So let's just lock in on that, all right? Give me a second to rewind this a little bit here. And I'm gonna lock into that kick pattern. And now you'll hear the progression as I hear it in my head. I'm gonna mute here. Just locking in with that kick. You could put some passing notes too. Nice kick pattern he's giving us. All right. Then he gave us another fill and went to a snare. All right, so we're building a little bit more. Maybe we're getting into a chorus portion here. All right, so that tom fill is him introducing that we're going to another part. He's telling us we're going to another part, and then he's going to the snare. So what I would do is I'm going to do a quick string slide, all right, like a woo. Get that in there, and then let's just keep going. I'll come off of the mute, and I'll start to play finger style, still locking into that kick, all right? And then we'll talk some more from there. So let me back up a little. I'm not sure where we are on the progression now, so that's going to get interesting. Okay. Missed that double kick. That's my fault. Okay, now we're getting our next hint here. All right, there was a little bit of a build there. Okay, not much, but enough of a build to say, okay, we're starting to pick up the pace a little bit. So let's capitalize on that build and keep going. All right, and that build is telling us, again, we're just leading up to a thicker part in the same area. So I'm I'm gonna pedal with him there. I think we're back at the beginning. A little tricky when there's no other instrument to back it up. He's getting busier on the hi-hat too, so it's telling me I can open up a little bit. Another build here. Okay. All right, let's freeze there. You see how we went from a build, build, build to a double build, right? So we started going to eighth notes. We went from 1, 2, 3, 4 to 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right, so now it's getting thick. All right, it's getting thick. We're getting where we want to be, and so now I know we can really start to open up a bit more because things are starting to get where we need them to go. All right. Build. Okay. All right. Now notice that cymbal pattern. Dun 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 dun. Psh, 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 psh. What could that be indicating to us? That is indicating to us, and I know this because I'm the drummer, that the drummer wants he wants a shot there. All right. And just in case, in the event that you didn't hear it, or in case you missed it, or you weren't paying attention, when we loop back around, what you're going to notice is he's going to want that shot there again, and he's going to introduce it to anticipate it with a drum lick leading into it. So here we go. This would be the 4. All right. So he gave us that. Let me stop here. He gave us that because he wants that hit there. All right, so I'm going to go back some and just give you what that hit would be. All right, not sure we are in the progression until I hear the end of the phrase. Okay, here's our hit. All right, everything sounds really open here. We're getting some toms, we're getting some ride, we're getting a consistent kick. All right, so the kick has now gone from buh, buh, buh to a little bit more boom, boom, boom. So now we're driving. This thing is open. All right, we've got shots. We're building. It's time to really like open up, push this song a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna back up a little bit more, and then we'll talk a little bit more and conclude this. Okay. Driving it. All right, then there's a resolution. We'll come back down. I'd probably go back to muting, or I might drop out completely, or I'd play something higher. All right, and there you have it. That's drummer speak, okay? All right, so we had a couple things to just remind you of. One, we were listening for a kick pattern. Drummer gave us a nice solid kick pattern. Wherever you get one of those, try to lock into it. It's a 101 for bass, but it's not always necessary. You don't always have to lock into the kick. But obviously in this example, it was there so consistently, we took advantage of it, and it helped us build and establish a groove. We started listening to hi-hat things, right? Hi-hat went from t, t, to little t. Then we started getting some all right, so he's talking to us and feeding us more and more, saying, all right, we're going somewhere, filling in this stuff. Then eventually the hi-hat got open, and we got some ride, all right? We're listening for hits. Is the drummer trying to tell us hits? Ba, da, da, da. All right. And if we miss it, he may come back and say, all right, here's a lick. I'm trying to tell you what I want. Da, 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 to anticipate or build into that hit there. All right. Obviously, when we went from rim shot to snare, it indicates that we're going from softer to a bit louder. And then as the toms and stuff started to fill in, we knew that we were just complete drive. All right. So those are our good foundational things I would say to know about drums and what a drummer is trying to tell you in a nice, concise ballad there. All right. So let's go on to, let's do two more examples. Let's play another one here. All right. So that was our example. I thought about continuing on, but the video is already a bit long. So here's what I'm going to do. If you all like this and you want a part 2, just put down in the comments, give us a part 2. All right. I appreciate your time. This is Soul MCA. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you learned something. Remember to like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. If you desire to give a donation, you can, and I'll see you next time.